Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're talking about salary cap and the best salary cap lineup to build right now here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. I haven't done a salary cap video in like a week, and I do apologize. It has been a while since I have done one, and I do plan. I guess it hasn't been that long, but I've been getting out 2 times a week for the most part over the last month and a half or so. I'm gonna try to get back to that. Try to do another one on Tuesday when the lineups update again, because gotten a lot of requests asking for a salary cap team, and I think that's also because the salary has now increased to 26,500 instead of 22,500. 2K moved the salary up like 4,000 salary. I don't know when this happened. It's sometime in the last few days, but that's a pretty substantial change. And now with round 2 of season 6 of salary cap having started, obviously salary cap is reset. People got to get to 2,500 points again. Y'all got to have some decent teams to do that, and so I've got a couple of really good teams here for y'all to build off of, I guess, in this video. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first things first, with 26,500 salary, that gives you a lot more flexibility in terms of the types of cards you can run. You can now get away with running that top tier uber expensive card like these main cards in my lineup a lot more verifiably. Now, still not going to recommend these 100 overalls. 18,500 salary is too much even with the salary increase, but you can get away with the 14,500 salary player if you really want to. You can really get away with the 10,000 or 12,000 salary player, and you can even have like multiple 8,000 salary players in your lineup if you want to. So first of all, I'll show you what the well-rounded salary cap lineup would look like. Look how good this team is. And I even have a little bit more to play with potentially here as well. If I were to put in centers that are 200 salary instead of 300 salary right here, in general, like, you have a lot of flexibility now with these lineups. And I mean, this is a 26,400 salary lineup that is just really well rounded, and really, or I guess 26,300 salary actually once I throw Nurkic in here. That's really well rounded, really good. Obviously still have that pink diamond Michael Beasley in the lineup, but we also have every other player on the team being either a amethyst or a diamond, including 5 diamonds, 2 diamond big men, Sheldon Williams and Kenneth Faried at power forwards, but legitimately super solid backup small forward in GG Jackson, Corey Brewer, Christian Brown, AC Law, Justice Winslow. Just a ton of versatility in this lineup. A really good deep team that is super well rounded, and again, you're getting that level of depth that you haven't been able to get all year, because I mean, I've even been able to get these all amethyst lineups, but now you can get all diamond pretty much with the headliner pink diamond and like some of the very best amethysts in the game. I mean, these aren't even all the super cheap amethysts. Like AC Law's 1,800, GG Jackson right now is 2,000. Like, you have a lot of flexibility. These aren't even the cheapest diamonds. They're not 2,000 salary diamonds. You got 2,500 salary diamonds in this lineup. Like, there's a ton of versatility now with salary cap lineup building with how much salary is available, but it does allow you to build a extremely deep lineup if you want to. And I mean, I still have a top tier card to a certain extent in Beasley as a scorer. He can definitely do that, no doubt about it. But I do personally have to think that I think there is some validity to honestly building more of a like top heavy lineup at this point in the year, because the thing about salary cap is that the games are short. So if you were to throw in some slightly cheaper salary guys on the bench, it can really give you a lot of lineup flexibility in terms of either adding in a top tier card, or in terms of having multiple of these like 8,000 salary type cards. So I will give y'all a couple of examples of that here, because I think this is starting to become a point in time where it's actually potentially worth it. Like, for example, this Dark Matter Michael Beasley right now is 12,000 salary for the next few days. Would not be surprised if he gets moved up to 14,500 at some point. But 12,000 salary, I still have a good team around him. I still have an all amethyst team with 2 diamonds in Christian Brown and Alex English around this card. Like, this is still a really good team, and I now have a 4,000 more salary card with a nice well-rounded team around them. And the thing is, I could replace, for example, this Michael Beasley with this Michael Beasley, and maybe replace Christian Brown with Dr. J, and I'm only 1,500 salary over now. So if I go in here and I replace Alex English with Tumani Kamara, that saves me 1,200 right there. Looking at my bench, I think these cards are all 1,200, so I have to save 700 total. So I gotta, I guess I could replace Camby. So I only really have to save 600 actually. But Camby can be replaced with Gold Center, who's cheaper, to save me that 100 salary right here. Bobo. And then Got to save 600 salary total. So we go in here, instead of Tamani Kamara, we run Robert Covington, who's 800 salary. There you go. That saved me 400 of it. And then instead of one of these guys, maybe, I mean, again, these are my mainstay cards that I generally use, but like Cam Reddish right here. These are two of the more expensive sapphires. But in general, all of a sudden this team is under salary, and I have Michael Beasley and Dr. J in the lineup. You got two extremely high level cards. Let's say instead of Michael Beasley and Dr. J, I wanted to run a more expensive type of center. So we throw GG Jackson in here, we throw Corey Brewer in here, and we throw Galaxy Opal Wimby at center. Now we have 14,500 salary Galaxy Opal Wimby in the lineup, and we still have a really well-rounded team around him. So if you want to use a 14,500 salary card, like a Wimby, like any of these Dark Matters, because like most of the Dark Matter cards in the game right now are going to be at that 14,500 salary price point. Like if I wanted to throw Jason Kidd in my lineup, for example, you can make that work now. And I think there's just a lot of versatility in salary cap now in terms of being able to build a lineup that is centered around whatever card or cards you want to use and have a lot of flexibility doing it. Like I think there is definitely a lot more viability and flexibility to your salary cap lineups than there really has ever been because of how much you now have to work with. Like if you wanted to run a 5-man lineup, just theoretically, let's say we want to run a 5-man lineup real quick, or even like a super cheap 10-man. We go 300 salary here. They give me a 300 salary shooting guard if I can find one that's half decent. He's 400 salary. We'll throw Matisse Thybulle in there. Why not? We'll go backup small forward can be gold Robert Covington, who's 200. Perfect. Backup power forward can be Jonathan Mogbo's 300, and then backup center can be gold Marcus Camby, who can kind of do some stuff a little bit. So whatever. I now have another 4,000 salary to work with, basically. So now I can move you and make you. That's gonna. I don't think you can get. I don't think I can get a Beasley in here, but I can get like a full diamond lineup. I could throw in some diamonds or some, and have a lot of flexibility still. Like if you wanted to run a 5-man lineup with a very like weak limited bench, that is also always a possibility. There's just a lot of flexibility right now in terms of how you can build your team and like the cards you can use and stuff. And I think it just does open people up to having the ability to build their teams how they want. Like if I wanted to use this, I probably would still use AC Law, to be honest. But if I wanted to use SGA, I could find a way to do that. Let's say I wanted to use that shooting guard instead of Corey Brewer. Actually, here we go. Perfect. Let's use this card. Franz Wagner. There you go. Now I have another scoring option in my starting line, and I still have 700 more salary to work with. So I could upgrade you to a pink diamond if I wanted to, or not to a pink diamond, to a diamond. I could do a diamond power forward instead. I need to save 1,000 salary somewhere, but I could do that off my bench. Like there's just a ton of flexibility. Like let's say I wanted to do this, and then now I just take one of these guys on the bench and turn them into a slightly cheaper card. Like maybe instead of him, I do, I know Lonzo's not perfect, but just like that right there. There are just so much flexible ways to build your salary cap lineup now. If you want to build a 5-man, you can build like a super high-end 5-man. If you want to build a super deep 10-man, you can do that with all these diamonds and only a couple amethysts and still have a top-tier card in there. If you want to build around one card and still have a good amount of depth, you can do that like the Michael Beasley lineup that I showed. Just a lot of flexibility in terms of how you can build your salary cap lineup now because of the 26,500 salary that you now have to work with. But I will say, in my personal opinion, I think I will still probably be running something along the lines of the lineup that I just showed y'all with Dark Matter Michael Beasley, at least for this time, because he's only 12,000 salary for an amazing Dark Matter. And I personally believe that having that level of depth at my with my team, with having a top tier card that is that good, is very much worth it for me. And so I think that's probably pretty much what my plan is going to be for the foreseeable future anyway. And I'm going to upgrade this team even more, but like this is the type of like base squad that I'll probably be looking to run, is something along these lines here for the next few days anyway, while this is the salary cap lineup that is available. I still have 2,500 to play with, so I'll probably upgrade a couple more positions on this team actually. But with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.